Round 7 of the Formula Drift Championship is upon us. Texas Motor Speedway, where everything is bigger, faster, and sometimes more dangerous. After this round, there's only one more round to go. 3 drivers have a chance at the championship. Gittin, FORSBERG, and AASBO need to do everything in their power to accumulate precious championship points. But they have other drivers gunning to take them down. Who will be at the top of the heap here in Texas? Let's find out on Universal Technical Institute Formula Drift Championship, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. Hello Drift fans, and welcome to Texas Motor Speedway for round 7 of 8 of the Formula Drift Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. We are the premier international drifting sanctioned body. I'm Jared Deanna, and joining me once again, Ryan Sage. Ryan, Texas, this track always creates calamity, some wild events, and also keep in mind, this is round 7. There's only one more round after this, and we'll officially crown a 2016 Formula Drift champion.
Well, as you know, this course is very challenging, not only for drivers, but also for the judges to kind of figure out what is the best layout that is going to be appropriate for this track. This year, we've got a much shorter run up into that large sweeping right-hand turn into the first inside clip. Then to the second outer zone where momentum needs to be carried by the drivers as they transition through the power alley, and then into that final, very scary area of the course, that third outer zone where we've seen a lot of people collide there in the past and even here today in practice. Mash the throttle through the finish line. If you can do that cleanly, you might find yourself on top of the podium here tonight.
Speaking of cleanly, the gentleman that did it the best, Vaughn Gittin Jr. He is your #1 qualifier. And this is notable because last year he went hard in the wall, riding his car off, failing to make Irwindale, California. Well, the stage is set. We're about to go to head-to-head action, but before that, let's go to our Blackview Dash Cameras course preview.
Formula D Texas is a crazy track. It's really fast, but it's got a lot of slowdowns as well. We start off going down the straightaway, but we get up into 4th gear, but then immediately slow the car down into outer zone 1. Big angle, cutting across the track, coming into inside clip 1.
Quick dab on the foot brake, left foot brake in over the hill. Flick it back around for turn 3, downshift on the e-brake.
From that, a hard flick against the wall, which is kind of scary. Get on the power early, leaving zone 3, and hit clip 2 through the finish.
Drifting is the only motorsport in the world based on judging. So let's break down how that works. In head-to-head battles, the lead driver is supposed to run a specific line with as much speed and angle as possible. The lead driver is setting the pace, but the chase driver is supposed to utilize the lead driver as a moving clipping point. Wherever the lead goes, the chase should go as well. After 2 runs with each driver leading once, the driver that was the most consistent, most aggressive, and showed clear dominance over the other driver will win the matchup. For rules, criteria, and more information on Formula Drift, head to www.formuladrift.com.
Let's go behind the smoke and hear some words from our championship contenders about what needs to be done here in the Lone Star State with one more round left in Irwindale, California.
Looking at the championship standings, we are surrounded by these drift veterans. FORSBERG is leading the pack, arguably one of the most experienced die-hard drifters out there. Vaughn Gittin Jr. is in 3rd, and then you have, Odie and Ken, Field, the rest of the guys knocking on the door right behind us. It's not going to be easy. We have 2 events left. We're going to give it all we've got. We're definitely looking to do a repeat.
Just trying to lay it all out there and just have a good time, and we're where we want to be. We're in the top 3. It's definitely a 3-horse race coming into the final battle. So as long as we kind of keep our composure and keep this podium streak running, we have another great shot at winning a championship.
It's unheard of to show up with a new car and be as successful as we've been thus far. I'm just pumped on how hard we've all worked, and I'd love to finish it off for the team, obviously for myself, for all my partners that have believed in us and supported us. I'd love nothing more than to leave here in a great place and finish it off in Irwindale.
This is a really important, event for the championship. The guys that are battling for the championship, they can't slip up at all here. And this is an event that I could break through into that top 3 and carry that through Irwindale. So it's very important to me, but I know it's really important to the guys that are ahead of me. So everyone's pushing really hard and making sure they're doing everything they can to finish off the season strong.
Consistency has been playing a huge role, especially with drivers like Chris FORSBERG, where he's been on the podium 5 events in a row, and he's sitting for first place right now. So if we can finish off the season strong with 2 strong performances, I'd be extremely happy with that.
Well, Ryan and Drift fans, here is the Grade 8 breakdown in the bracket. Notably, Vaughn Gittin Jr. is taken out by Matt Field in the top 16. That means he moves on and advances to do battle against Forrest Wang with our first battle here in the Grade 8.
Well, Matt Field carrying a lot of momentum after that victory against Vaughn Gittin Jr., but right now he's taking on Forrest Wang.
Forrest Wang initiates in that first rear clipping zone. Matt Field gaining great proximity, mimicking the angle, taking out that front clip, now coming through the power alley into that rear clipping zone.
Big smoke cloud by Forrest Wang in the lead position. Huge angles. We enter the last section of the course here, but he cannot shake Matt Field. He's right on his door.
Forrest Wang with that signature big angle you saw from start to finish. Let's take a look at it again. You see Forrest Wang, good angle. Matt Field zeroing in on the door of Forrest Wang. A great execution from both the drivers. Let's alternate the order. Field will now be out front.
Well, close battle so far as Field leaves the chicane, goes down this short run-up into initiation.
Aggressive initiation by Field using all of the course, getting out to the outer bank, and then boom, in tight to that front clip, and look at that, leaving Forrest Wang in the smoke.
A big deal right here as Matt Field takes some positioning away from Forrest Wang, goes deep into that outer zone, almost making contact, but pulls it off.
Ryan, you said at the beginning of this battle, momentum, and that is what's going to take him to the top here in Texas. You see him pulling away from Forrest Wang. Great angle, filling that rear clipping zone from start to finish. Let's take a look at a Universal Technical Institute judging results. Field gets the win.
We just got done with our Grade 8 battle against Forrest Wang. We got the win. We were able to stick with him on the follow run and put a little bit of distance between us on the lead run. Came out on top.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Universal Technical Institute, chosen by industry, ready to work. By Blackview, dash cameras. And by Hankook Tire, driving emotion.
Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway. The sun has set, the lights are on, and the fans are awaiting who's going to win here in Texas, but it all begins in the Grade 8 here this evening. Let's take a look at our next battle. Artemis Odi Bakchis in that V8 supercharged Hyundai Genesis Coupe, going against the beast, the Latvian lover, as I like to call him, Kristaps Blus in that V8 powered BMW.
Well, more than anybody, Odi Bakchis is carrying the most momentum coming out of his win from Seattle, but right now he's going up against Kristaps Blus, who's putting the pressure on.
Kristaps applying the pressure, as you said, taking out that clip into the power alley. Look at Odi Bakchis pulling away. Kristaps getting a little shaky there in that chase position.
You can see Odi making a mistake of his own out front, but very minimal here as he tries to maintain his line at maximum angle around the last inside clip.
A lot of smoke, the smoke signal, the trail, whatever you want to call it, it is blinding. If you get caught in it, you're going to lose track of where you're going. Kristaps does a decent job of it, but has some mistakes. Who's going to tighten it up here in this second half of this battle?
Blus out of the chicane into the short run up here into initiation point, and look at that, right on the inside is Odi Bakchis.
Kristaps initiates, Odi simultaneously does initiate into the power alley. You can see Kristaps pulling away, Odi Bakchis getting lost in the smoke.
Well, Kristaps able to run away a little bit from Odi Bakchis, but you can see right there he's shallow on that last outer zone, and it allows Odi to take advantage of it and close the door.
You can see Odi gets close to Kristaps, and then boom, he rockets away from him. You can see how much he was affected by the smoke. Let's take a look at our Universal Technical Institute judging results. And they're going one more time. Ryan, I agree with this. Both of them had mistakes on either side of their battles. Tighten it up. Don't leave it in the judges' hands, Ryan.
Here we go, Odi Bakchis out of the chicane into initiation. Here you can see Blus lights blazing right there. He's right on the door of Odi.
A lot more curated here from this run. They've seen each other in the lead position. Kristaps right there on the door of Bakchis.
Kristaps trying to maintain proximity while staying on the line of Odi, and you can see Odi does a great job going deep into that second and last outer zone, and then nice and tight on the final flip.
See him throttling into that rear clipping zone, but Kristaps right there from the beginning. He does lose some ground towards the latter portion of the track, but now Kristaps will be out front. Bakchis will be giving chase.
Well, big opportunity here for Odie Bachis to continue his momentum from Seattle. Big initiation right there from Kristaps Blues. Immediately back on the throttle, but goes a little bit long on inside clip 1.
Odie seeming to have a little bit of a difficult time to keep up with Kristaps on that initiation. Tight is Blues to that front clip, bringing it to that final rear clipping zone. Deep goes Blues.
Similar story here from run 1, but this time Blues goes very deep into that second and last outer zone, putting an emphatic note on it in front of Odie Bachis.
Let's take a look at the Universal Technical Institute judging results. And Kristaps unanimously gets the win.
I think that was so far the best run of the weekend, so I put it really hard, so push it all the way. What's what we got in the car, in the cart, so going all in.
Our next battle, some unfortunate news for Mad Mike Wadette.
Now we're learning he's had catastrophic engine failure here. A big part of the engine has come apart and it's caused him to leave the competition early after one of his best performances of the year.
Unfortunate circumstances for Mad Mike Wadette, but Alec Honadale gets a bye run and advances on to the Final Four.
We were supposed to go up against Mad Mike, but due to him having a few mechanical issues with his intake manifold, ended up having a bye run, which I never like having. I always like having a great battle, but points are points, and we made it through, and we're up against either, I think, AASBO or FORSBERG.
And we're about to find out. These two drivers, AASBO and FORSBERG, currently 1 and 2 in the championship, and with Vaughn Gittin Jr. out, heavy championship implications on the line here, Ryan.
Well, this is definitely going to decide who's going to take the lead coming out of this event. This is such a huge battle. Here we go.
FREDRIC AASBO initiates. You can see Chris Forsberg zeroing in on him. Great angle, good posture from both of the drivers. Coming in the power alley, that next entire smoke just emitting off the back of that SR by Toyota TC.
Very precise driving here from FREDRIC AASBO as Forsberg tries to close the door around that last inside clip, and then AASBO gets back on it again and extends his lead.
AASBO out front, you can see Forsberg, the two-time champion, massaging up to the door of the defending champion. Who's going to come out on top? Well, Forsberg will lead now as AASBO gives chase.
Pretty close battle so far as Chris Forsberg takes the lead this time around. Big initiation here, and look at FREDRIC AASBO already right in the pocket.
You saw AASBO initiate simultaneously to Forsberg. There he is, close proximity, big smoke coming off those hand cooks on Forsberg's vehicle. How is he going to zero in on that front clip? Nice job, AASBO shoots out.
You can see AASBO making a little bit of a mistake there. Will that be enough? He went a little bit long on that second inside clip, now playing catch up, but the run is over.
Right here, you see AASBO shoot wide around that front clip. Is that going to be the nail in the coffin for AASBO? Let's take a look at our Universal Technical Institute judging results. And look at that, it's a split decision. They are going one more time. So in the judges' eyes, they equated everything. And here we go again, Ryan. AASBO out front, Forsberg giving chase.
Well, we knew it was going to be a battle, and it's certainly showing to go that direction. AASBO in the lead initiates Forsberg right up on the inside. Big smoke line from FREDRIC AASBO as Chris Forsberg gets ever so close.
Spinning that front clip is AASBO. Forsberg right there, 65.9 miles per hour through that power alley. Oh, and Forsberg makes a mistake on the inner portion of the track.
Big noticeable mistake by Chris Forsberg right there from inside clip 2 to outer zone number 2. You can see right here from on board of FREDRIC AASBO how far back Chris Forsberg is.
All right, now let's see Chris Forsberg out front, FREDRIC AASBO in tow. Chris Forsberg is hoping that AASBO makes a mistake, but all signs are saying that he usually doesn't.
Forsberg into initiation, locks it up for a second, back on throttle. FREDRIC AASBO is right there. Big smoke line by Chris Forsberg as he wraps it around here and then heads towards that second inside clip.
Through the power alley, big angle flick by Forsberg, taking out that, and there's the mistake that Forsberg was looking for. Man, Ryan, unbelievable.
Right in the same section of the course that Forsberg made his mistake, AASBO makes one that's even bigger. He goes opposite drift, and that is going to be too much to overcome.
Let's take a look at our Universal Technical Institute judging results, and Forsberg unanimously gets the win.
Yeah, I mean, we were just going for it out there. We had a solid one more time, a full split decision down the middle after the first battle. It's unfortunate to have to decide these battles over who can see better or who takes the best guess sometimes. We're just doing our very best to stay on point.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Nexen Tire. Driving tomorrow. By FormulaD.com. For merchandise, tickets, and series information, head to FormulaD.com. And by the U.S. Air Force. Aim high.
Welcome back to the Lone Star State that is Dallas-Fort Worth. We're at Texas Motor Speedway. Plenty of motorsports going down here, but tonight it belongs to us, the Formula Drift Championship. The Final Four is upon us, and here's our first battle, Matt Field versus Christoph Blues. Ryan.
Well, arguably, these two vehicles have the most grip and the most speed of any that are remaining in competition right now, so this looks like it's going to be a great battle to be had.
A big and true statement. Some fast and very aggressive drivers. Look at Christoph trying to get to the door of Field. Field continues on through the course, and Christoph gets lost in the smoke and goes off course.
Christoph, you can see, was on a wide angle from the start. He got lost in the smoke cloud of Matt Field, and now he's sitting on a big fat zero after run number 1.
You saw it right here, Christoph. Look at it, blinded by the smoke, not by the light. Well, I would say it's a combination of both. Now, as you said, he has that zero. He will be out front. He's hoping, crossing his fingers, that Matt Field makes a mistake in that chase position.
Well, Matt Field is certainly in an advantageous position here. He just needs to make sure he doesn't get a zero and keep Christophs in his sights, and he'll move on into the next round.
Well, Christophs is doing exactly what he needs to do, but it's too little too late. Matt Field carrying all that momentum. He is a man possessed with 2 more clips left to go. It looks like he is going to the finals. Ryan.
Well, Christophs fought a brave fight here, but he got a little bit too aggressive, made that mistake. It allowed Matt Field to play it conservatively on the second run, and it's going to give him a berth into his first finals of the year.
Taking a look at the Universal Technical Institute judging results, Field's going to the finals.
We just took out Blues by playing it smart. He had a problem in the follow position, blew off course right after zone 2. We laid it down, moving on to the finals, baby. It's been a while. Actually, since here, 3 years ago, 4 years ago now, so I'm ready.
Well, he's going to have to be ready to do battle against one of these gentlemen, Chris Forsberg or Alec Honadale. Who's going to get the victory and head to the finals?
Well, either way, because of his qualification position, Chris Forsberg will be on yet another podium here. The issue is whether or not it'll be first place or third place.
That is 6 podiums in a row as Forsberg initiates. Look at Honadale nosing in on the door, not matching the angle, but the proximity is spectacular.
Great job by Alec Honadale, but you can see very smooth line being drawn out front by Chris Forsberg, and then Alec makes a mistake right there where a lot of other drivers have an inside clip number 2.
Some mistakes made by either driver, but Honadale with that big correction. He started things off very aggressive and strong, but then ended up straightening out, and a big mistake there. You see Forsberg taking out that front clip. Let's alternate the order as Honadale will be out front, Forsberg giving chase.
Well, here we go. Alec Honadale has got a lot of ground to make up here after straightening out on inside clip 2, but look at Forsberg not playing it safe, tucks right in on the inside.
Honadale, big angle there, nice around that front clip. Forsberg taking it out into the power alley, transitioning into that second front. Oh, and Honadale going off course.
Wow, another driver having trouble with that middle section of the course. We saw it get AASBO, we saw it get Blues, and now it gets Alec Honadale.
You see Honadale out front independently, boom, goes off course into the turf. He is in the rough, not the fairway. Let's take a look at our Universal Technical Institute judging results. Forsberg gets the win.
Honadale, he's been on one, and it was definitely a tough battle. I think he just went a little too deep and lost the edge of the track. As soon as he touched that dirt, he lost grip and just sailed off the track. So got the win, moving on to the final round.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Universal Technical Institute, chosen by industry, ready to work. By FormulaD.com. For merchandise, tickets, and series information, head to FormulaD.com. By Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts. And by Blackview Dash Cameras.
Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway. The cameras are out, the fans are ready. These are the final 2 Cowboys of the Concrete left standing. Who's going to come out on top? Chris the Force Forsberg versus the Beast from the Bay, Matt Field.
Well, Chris Forsberg is now leading the championship, but he has yet to get a first place in 2016. Will this be it, or will Matt Field play the spoiler?
And Matt Field going for his first ever win in Formula Drift history. Forsberg initiates, Field is right there. Nice job by both the drivers coming through the power alley. Matt Field, great proximity.
Great proximity by Field, but lacking the angle and the fluidity a little bit here. Forsberg, meanwhile, out front, going very deep into that zone, but now Matt Field locking in on the inside.
They go across the finish line. Let's take a look at it again as we see Field up close and personal. Some wavering there. You see him pull away, and as you said, Ryan, a bit shallow with the angle through that power alley. Now, Matt Field will be out front. Chris Forsberg giving chase.
We got to give a slight edge here to Chris Forsberg, but Matt Field has an opportunity to make it up as he initiates big right there, heading into this first turn. And look at this. Oh, Forsberg makes contact with Matt Field.
Forsberg, very uncharacteristic from him, makes a mistake as Matt Field continues through the course. Look at that, the number of the beast, 66.6 miles per hour, and it looks like he is one clip away from his first ever Formula Drift victory.
Well, we saw it with Odie in Seattle. We're seeing it again here with Matt Field. Forsberg makes a mistake in the finals and gives the win to the other contender.
It's official, the Universal Technical Institute judging results, Matt Field gets the victory.
And with that, it's Field on top of the podium, Forsberg in second, and Alec Honadale in third.
Well, Texas delivers once again as Alec Honadale grabs his second ever podium. He gets third place. Chris Forsberg grabs second place, but that's 6 times in a row he's been on the podium. He also defeats FREDRIC AASBO, extending his championship lead. And get this, the beast from the Bay, from San Jose, California, Matt Field gets his first ever win. Ryan Sage is with our winner now.
All right, well, thanks, Jared. I am here with your winner, Matt Field. Now, Matt, this has been a long time coming for you, but I got to say one thing first. My favorite quote that I've heard you say is that you wouldn't be out here if you didn't want to win championships. You drove like a champion tonight, and you got your first ever win in Formula Drift.
Thanks, Ryan. Feels like it's been a long time coming. I'm pumped, absolutely. Going through 3 champions and holding it together myself, couldn't ask for more.
Your winner here at Texas, Matt Field, preparing for Irwindale. Exciting matchups tonight. More to come for the championship, and Matt Field is going to play a role for everybody at Formula Drift and Jared Deanda. I am Ryan Sage. We'll see you next time.
Here are your point standings with only 1 round left to go. Chris Forsberg leads the pack with FREDRIC AASBO and Vaughn Gittin Jr. second and third. In the Auto Manufacturers Championship, SR by Toyota is out front with Nissan and Ford second and third. And finally, the Tire Manufacturers Championship, Nexen, Falcon, and Hankook are 1, 2, and 3. That's a wrap for us here in Texas. We move on to the House of Drift. Be sure to join us for the final round of the 2016 Formula Drift Championship. In association with Formula Drift, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.